What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Guapish, Rule 34. As always, I am your fucking special guest, Nico, and today I'm being joined by our host, Jackson.
Hi, I'm hosting this week's episode, and today I'm joined by our special guest, Dylan.
Oh, hey, what's up? I am confused about the lineup already, but I'm sure it'll be fine regardless. And I guess I'm introducing our other host here, Tanner.
This is fucking bullshit. It explicitly says in my contract that I am never to be introduced last.
I'm just new here, man. I didn't write the script. I'm just following it.
You are all going to be receiving a strongly worded lawsuit from me.
Alright, well, Nico's my contracting manager, so I'll be sure to send it his way.
Tanner's finally talking to me, let's go.
Producer around here, so...
Damn. All comes full circle.
What have we got on the docket today, boys?
That's a great question. We got snow finally. You got snow down there, Tanner?
Let me ask you, Dylan. Do I have snow here in southern Texas?
Hey, man, I don't know what the weather's like over there. That's why I'm asking. Just trying to spark some conversation, you know?
There's no snow down here, Dylan.
Damn.
Tanner, is your city's infrastructure crumbling over the weight of a couple inches of snow right now, huh? Is it?
There's no snow. There's zero snow down here.
To be fair, there's zero snow right here either. It snowed a little bit earlier, but that's long gone now.
Yeah, it snowed off and on, but nothing stuck. You guys ever Oh, go ahead, Tanner. I'll continue my thought in a second.
I was just gonna say you guys might get a school day off.
I know.
That's what I was gonna say, Tanner.
Bro, I was about to ask, like, have you guys ever had a job that, like, they said no matter the conditions, you have to come into work? Like, there are no extreme weather conditions that stop you from coming in?
No.
Not really.
No?
I mean, FedEx definitely always wanted us to try coming in, and I remember, back in 2020, we had quite a bit of snow in Portland, and like my car got completely snowed in, so I couldn't drive it. And so I did, in fact, on one of the days, like hike all the way to my FedEx job.
Damn.
Why'd you bother doing that?
Huh?
Why'd you bother doing that?
I wanted money, I guess.
Okay.
I guess that's
Anyways, yeah, the next 3 days I didn't show up, because also, like, on those days, none of the trucks that we had to unload would show up either, so it was kind of a moot point.
Yeah, I don't know how I managed it, but so like the last two jobs, for example, that I've had, the other one was at like a plane manufacturing place, and I was like, hey, if there's extreme weather conditions, or do we stay home? They're like, nope, you gotta find a way to come in, or we'll send somebody out to get you. I'm like, that's bullshit. But whatever, I guess I'll deal with it. Unfortunately, never had like extreme weather conditions, maybe like icy mornings. The last place I worked was the fucking 24-hour senior care center. So for obvious reasons, people had to show up to that. And I was like, so what's the deal? Do we show up if it's like snowed in or something? They're like, oh no, if you don't feel safe driving, we'll just send the bus driver out to go get you. And I'm just like, what the fuck is with all these jobs? Like, nothing closes under extreme conditions anymore. I guess it's nothing like school, to be completely honest, but... I brought up this point, like, probably a week or two ago at the place I'm working now, and I was, like, talking to, like, the shop foreman, and I was like, so, yeah, do you guys, like, show up in extreme weather conditions? Because we were talking about snow and stuff that was supposed to be coming up here soon. And he's like, well, you know, obviously it matters to some people here that they actually show up, but if he was telling me because he doesn't really care. He's like, yeah, if you don't feel safe showing up, just don't do it. We're not going to send anybody out to go get you. So it's like one of the only places I've been that doesn't necessarily require me to come in, but I also imagine that working at a car dealership, people wouldn't be on the roads anyway, so there'd be almost no point to opening up, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, it's a foot of snow. Let me go buy a new Mercedes.
Maybe it is.
I mean, I wouldn't buy a new Mercedes. Maybe just stick with some of these old ones you've been looking at, Jackson. They won't have technical computer problems, as weird as that may sound.
Boring. This topic is boring. Let's talk about something else now. So, Tanner, have you been checking out this new Pokemon action recently?
No, I haven't.
Damn it, Tanner Nikolai, damn it. Well, fortunately for you, you have three men here who have already been playing the games rigorously. We have nearly completed it 100%. We have almost every single Pokemon now, 400 in this Pokédex to be precise. However, we're still missing a few here and there, and we have been having some good old times, let me tell you, my man. So, just off the top of your head, Dylan and Jackson, how have you guys been feeling about these games?
I think it's just okay. Yeah, I think it's fun to play.
Yeah, I think it plays pretty well.
Yeah, I enjoy like the gameplay. Everything around it's pretty rough.
Yeah,
that's fair. I pretty much agree with your assertion there, Jackson. Yeah, I must say, this is definitely an enjoyable experience for the most part, I'd say. However, like, the technical problems sort of just simply egregious. I really don't know how they let that go. It's pretty rough. A lot of the Pokemon designs as well. Like, the biggest thing for me is I really don't care about most things in the games. What I really care about are the fucking sweet-ass new Pokemon designs. And I gotta say, most of them this time I just really don't care for.
What's a
that's
flamingo, dude?
Yeah,
It sure is, dude.
It doesn't
sure
involve
is a
anything, does
flamingo.
it?
It's like its hands.
No,
a
it's
fucking...
just a flamingo. That's
No,
all there is
awesome.
to it.
No, dude, there's more to the design. You're missing it. It's a fighting type, and it's a little fucking. Its body. It's a boxing glove.
I mean,
Whoa.
is it I don't know. It's yeah. I would agree with you in saying that the UI plays very well. Battles are very nice. For as far as rendering and everything else goes, it's a little clunky, and I don't
Yeah,
need
it's
to say
pretty
anymore
rough.
because you've already described it.
Yeah, not a big fan. Like, one of the big things with this game is that it feels like they just really allotted the Pokemon, like, evolutionary line super weirdly. Like, some of them it feels like there are too many Pokemon in it, and for others it's like, you really need a little something else in here to really make these evolutions stand apart a little bit more. Like, for fucking Palmo or whatever the fuck its name is, Palmy, there are 3 stages of the evolutionary line when they really did not need it whatsoever. Like, there's not a big enough difference between the first and third stage to warrant a middle one.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I could even tell that from the first and second stage. I was like, okay, so they made it bigger, and now it's standing on 2 legs, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's really fucking
boring.
strange.
Also, the evolutionary line for the fucking water starter's gonna be interesting. Don't know what that's about. Don't really like its second evolved form yet, but, we'll get around it eventually.
Oh, you're gonna love the third one, Dylan. You're gonna love the third one.
I don't like the sarcasm behind your voice.
Now, I know that Jackson will absolutely disagree with me here. However, I do think that Sprigatito does have the best evolutionary line this time around.
Oh. Well, that sucks. Jackson, have you still prevented your Sprigatito from evolving?
This is correct. I boxed it very early on.
Well, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it really doesn't matter whether or not the evolutionary line's the best.
Yeah, I got to like early level 30s and then I fucking boxed it and I've never had it again. It'll stay baby forever. I'll never finish my Pokedex.
I mean, just give it an Everstone. That'll make it easy.
I have an Everstone on it, don't you worry.
Yeah, but it sucks, Dylan. That's the problem.
What do you mean it sucks?
Honestly, I don't even dislike the evolution
stage.
that much.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even think it's that bad, the final evolution of it. It's not
Are you
terrible.
just doing it in spite of everything?
Yeah, mostly. I think it's kind of funny, so that's mostly why I'm doing it. I don't really care that much. I mean, I never use my starters
Definitely,
anyway, so it's not like really changes anything.
Oh.
I pretty much always just box my starters.
Yeah, definitely a different approach than me.
Fuck starters.
Now,
I'll
one
pick the
take that I
cutest one
keep
and
seeing, like,
box it.
fucking all over Twitter as well as Reddit, is that people really think that these games, like, require voice acting. They're saying that it is bullshit that Game Freak still has not added voice acting to Pokemon yet. How do you guys feel about this?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of retarded they don't have voice acting. I think a lot of the systems in the game are really fucking antiquated.
I mean...
And it's just because, like, they've been doing it for so long. Like, outside of the voice acting problem, the fucking text box approach to everything is really weird. Like, specifically in battling, too. Like, the battle UI, like, is slightly updated, but for the most part, it's the same fucking thing every year. And it's just so much wasted time and bullshit. Like, they don't have to fucking tell me it hit every time. Fucking, like, if you use a multi-hit move, just fucking show that hit me like 5 times and just be done with it. Show my HP drop. Why does it have to be so
I'll
fucking
agree with that.
complicated? Or like if my character has an animation that bubbles and shows me that I'm fucking paralyzed or that I just got poisoned. Don't fucking tell me that I just got that too. I can see it happening. It's just wasting my time. Very frustrating, antiquated design choices in this game.
I definitely do agree with those there. However, I must say, as far as voice acting goes, I really don't think it's necessary. I don't think every game requires voice acting in order for it to be good. Even like big AAA games, I think it's just fine if it's just text-based. However, the big thing that I think is the problem there is that there are like no animations like so very few for all the characters in the Pokemon. Those are the big things that I think really need to be focused on here. Just making the characters seem more lively as they're like talking and shit instead of just standing there like they currently do. That's the really big thing that I think needs an overhaul.
I mean, the thing for me is the whole text box thing's never really bothered me. Breeding's never been like a big issue. On the same note, however, they could really just take the same voice actors from the show and just do it, like, put them in the games, because I know some things do that anyway. And as far as, like, I'm not sure if this is what you were getting at with the whole animation, like, between Pokemon and people, but I would definitely think that over time and, you know, with advancements in technology, they'd be able to, like, maybe actually give the Pokemon more diverse move sets based on the move. I know that's a lot of work, but it's like, basically...
Wait. Hold on a second. What does that sentence even mean? More move sets based on the move?
Yeah, so basically whenever you use a physical move, it's the same animation, and whenever you use a special move, or special attack, whatever it's called, a special attack move, it's always the same animation. And unless it's like a move specifically for the Pokemon, they don't do anything different.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was trying to say there. And then as far as like how
so
animated... Yeah, and as far as the people go, I think the NPCs and AIs are more animated in this one than in any other of the Pokemon. But they do kind of repeat the same like action over and over again. It just makes it look weird, so I don't really know.
Yeah, they kind of do the thing that a lot of games do, where they have like overworld game, where they have like overworld animations, which is like super basic and boring, and then they have like actual like animated cutscenes. They have like two of them. It's really weird when you have like a nice animated cutscene, and then for some reason it just goes back to gameplay. Like, why not just have the whole fucking thing in the animated cutscene? Why do they have to put it back to gameplay?
Yeah, that's another weird move. Yeah, well,
true.
They're saving money on voice acting.
Billion-dollar company.
I mean, like, you know, the Pokemon's also the highest grossing media franchise in the world, so you think they could put, like, a little more budget in their game. But from what I've heard, like, generally Game Freak tends to keep a pretty small team, usually.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Which is a big contributing factor to... Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's
it's
the
pretty
point.
rough.
They're just trying to save money everywhere else so they can make that much money, you know?
And they've also been reusing the same models for years now. Look at this fucking Pikachu. We've had him for so long. Update him. I hate his little hands there. Make him do something else.
They did, dude. They have, like, textures on all of them now. They all look cool textures. Like, they're actually legitimately different this time.
When are we gonna get another Pokepark game?
Never.
What?
Another double check here, but I'm pretty sure that Pokepark wasn't like
Pokepark.
I'm thinking Pokemon Ranch. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know, Tanner. Maybe we'll get another Pokepark one of these days.
I
was a big fan of Pokepark. I really enjoyed that game.
I thought you said you never played a Pokemon.
Well, when I say I've played Pokemon Stadium and Pokepark.
Oh, okay.
I've never played like one of the mainline games.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. This episode sucks so far, and we need to do something to save it fast.
Yep. I think the Pokemon discussion was good, Tanner, but what do you suggest?
Okay.
Well, digging through the topics here, I'm finding this one here. Devising the worst game shows imaginable.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, that's a topic?
So let's... Yeah, shut up. I will be the television producer for... this is probably True TV. And I need each of you guys to pitch me the worst game show imaginable. And let's start with Nico.
Why me?
Because you're the most creative, and these two need to follow in your example.
Wow.
Damn. I guess so. So, what do you mean by, like, the worst game show? Because obviously I could just, like, have, like, the contestants come on stage and then the host just shoots them in the head. And
Damn.
Let's say worse as in it's like garbage television that people will watch, you know?
Oh, okay. Huh. Alright, so how does this sound then, Tanner? So garbage television. So when I think garbage television, I think of exploitation, okay? And who is like the most easily exploitable group in the US outside of homeless people, right? So
Drug
the way I
addicts?
imagine this show
Okay.
is that their host, their very charismatic Jeff Keighley-esque host, invites on a bunch of homeless people. Let's say like 3 contestants at a time, and he just has them like he just has them answer just random trivia questions about Mexico in order to like win the grand prize of like a fucking meatball sub from Subway.
Okay. I
Sounds
like
pretty
it.
rough, right?
Yeah, that is
Oh,
pretty
and
rough.
like in between rounds, the homeless people can compete against each other in like little games that the family can do around home, but they're all like
Okay.
homeless themed.
So it's like 60 Minutes to Win It combined with Jeopardy combined with homeless people.
Exactly.
Huh.
It might just be the greatest show ever created. Do you
That's
have
not
a name
that's
for
not
this
the
show?
purpose, Tan. It's supposed to be the worst one. Let's see here.
Well, I think all the good game shows are bad.
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha.
So as far as game shows go, they tend to have like a very short, snappy titles, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with like the homeless people.
I mean, you said short and snappy. Keep in mind, we do have "Are you smarter than a 5th grader?"
Yeah, what's
you
like
smarter
another
than
word
a
for a
homeless
homeless person outside of hobo? Because we can't use
A
that word
bum.
anymore.
A vagrant.
Vagrant. Ooh,
How
There you
about
go.
Home Sweet Homeless?
that could be pretty good. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that, Tanner. We can go with that. Home Sweet Homeless. That's the show.
There we go.
Interesting. Okay, that's gonna be a tough one to beat. Not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and get Dylan's game show.
All right. Well, it's kind of difficult because Nico went with homeless people. That's exactly what I was gonna go for. So let's go with people. Let me think here.
I mean, you can go with homeless people too if you want, buddy.
I mean, the thing that I was gonna go with was like homeless people, except it's kind of like Impractical Jokers style,
Okay.
where it's like it's you just get people to live at, like, you get the teams and they all live as like homeless families, and you got people on the other side of the microphone.
Entire families who are all homeless.
It could
Yeah,
be.
it's like those Mexican
Okay.
families down the street with like their fucking 17 children on the block. That racially
yeah.
insensitive.
I'm gonna
Mexican
ignore
guy
that
saves
comment.
them. You know what I'm talking about, though. They
I don't know,
exist.
probably not.
I see them all the fucking time.
We do not support this man.
And so you basically got somebody else on the other end of the comms, and they're like, "All right, now I need you to go beg this guy for money." And like every time they do a challenge, they get a coupon to like some kind of grocery store, and the top prize is like a 10 punch card from Dutch Bros that don't exist anymore. And that's
Interesting,
the
okay.
entire show. You got teams that compete in this shit.
That's impressive. You created dramatically more exploitive game show than Nico had.
There we go.
Do you have a name for this one?
Damn, I had one. What was it? I don't know. I was just gonna say On the Road Again. I don't know if that's copyright though.
Why would it be? That's a common phrase.
Because it's a
Some
song.
random guy's gonna fucking sue you for stealing his name for this random not made up show.
I would just call it On the Road Again or something.
Okay. All right, Jackson. Let's see what you got.
All right,
Don't
so I'm
take
thinking of.
homeless people from me, Jackson.
I
I
already
wasn't
did.
thinking of doing homeless people. I was thinking
Let's
of
go.
basically it's like Jeopardy. I mean, it is Jeopardy. It's basically just like very specific topics where it's only talking about like stupid, dumb pop culture stuff. Like one of the questions would be like, which of these two celebrities recently had a falling out together from this show or something? Something really stupid that doesn't matter at all. And all the contestants are like young fucking like Gen Z Zoomer kids, basically.
Oh,
and like at the start of the show, they don't
Okay.
write down their names. They like fucking post their Instagram handles or something instead of like writing their name. It's all really fucking stupid and contrived. But people would absolutely.
Okay.
Damn, that would drive
This
me
will
insane.
be the biggest hit of the summer. Instead of name tags, they give their pronouns.
Oh god.
Yeah, exactly. For a name,
Tanner, I would like to replace mine.
What?
I want to replace my game show.
Let's let Jackson give the name of his first.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of something that's not relating to Jeopardy, like without literally just Jeopardy being in the name.
How about I got one in my brain. Here Comes the Zoom. It's like the POD song Here Comes the Boom, but it includes Zoomers.
How about we call it Influencer Showdown? Because all the kids are influencers.
Sure.
Okay, there we go. They're also Instagram influencers.
Here we
That's
go.
good. And what if instead of winning or losing based on who actually gets the questions right, they win or lose based on like audience real-time reactions?
Wow.
That could be interesting.
Have literally
It's
nothing
not-
to do with the answers at that point as well.
Yeah, so it's not even giving their correct answers to something. It's just whatever answer the audience likes more.
Yeah, it's like I think on Instagram people can react to Instagram live feeds with like emojis.
Oh god.
So we'll just say the different emojis are worth different amounts of points. The flame is 5 points, the heart is 4 points, the smile crying face is 3. The nerd emoji is worth like -1 point. So anytime any of them are getting too many questions right, they're going to be worried about getting spammed with the nerd emoji.
Wow.
Yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with actually knowing anything. It's all just whoever has the most following.
Exactly.
Just like real influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see this show being reality, honestly.
same.
Nico, let's hear your second pitch.
Okay, yeah, so since Dylan stole my homeless people idea,
okay.
I'm gonna go with this idea instead, okay? So, you got like all the contestants are like redneck backwater hillbillies, alright? And we got
Okay.
Larry the Cable Guy hosting this show. And so, the entire premise is that they're answering questions about like far left talking points, like fucking gender studies and shit like that, okay? And so, that's basically the entire plot of it. Here and there, they'll have to, furiously debate some far left political pugnant. And if they can
Pugnants?
come out on top, they get some bonus points because of it. And the reward at the end of it is that they get a free sex change operation.
Oh my god.
That's pretty
Damn.
good. What are you gonna call this show?
Gender queries.
Okay. That's pretty good. I think we kind of need to tie in the redneckness.
I
a
feel
little
like
bit,
it too, though. Especially since like not all the questions will be about like gender studies.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't know much about this gender nonsense.
Uh,
Let me think.
Red.
Transgender.
You guys got this, I believe.
I'm just gonna start throwing out like terms for you. So like white supremacy, racism, transgenderism, transsexuals, male to female, female to male, gender affirmation, sex change operation, critical race theory.
none
I
of
feel like
those
there's
really
kind of
play
something there.
Yeah, none of those really have much wordplay with like hillbilly.
Yeah.
Huh.
Risky rednecks.
You could call it buy you a sex change.
That's terrible. I hate that.
Whatever, man. I thought it was supposed to be terrible.
What about, can we do something with Beverly Hillbillies? Can we change Beverly into something else? How about LGBTQIAP plus R for redneck?
Yeah, there we go. That rolls off the tongue. I like it.
Sure. I'm never gonna remember that, but
That's good. Can I pitch mine?
go for it.
I mean, that feels a little biased coming from you, but sure.
Don't worry, I won't include mine in the ranking.
Okay.
So, mine is it's one of your classic obstacle course game shows. Like a Wipeout or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Except all the contestants are disabled in some way.
Oh, shit.
Mentally, physically, like whatever. Actually, let's say it's all physical disabilities and it's all like missing limbs and stuff.
Damn. Alright.
And whoever wins gets like a state-of-the-art like cyborg limb.
Huh.
And we'll call the show Phantom Limb.
There you go. That sounds like a good time. Yeah, throwing some like hole in the wall obstacles and shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you could have a hole in the wall for. That'd be pretty good.
Hole in the wall for quadriplegics.
Oh, God.
Every single hole is like 2 feet off the ground.
No. That'd be
Can
so bad.
quadriplegics jump? Like,
No.
if they build up their core strength, can they do that?
I'm pretty sure they're just straight up disabled from the neck down. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, what's the real word I'm looking for where they don't have arms or legs?
I don't know. I want to say lever, but I feel like that's not correct.
Like
What the
stump
fuck
bully.
did you just say?
Lever?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. No.
Lever.
Don't. I didn't say lever.
What did you say?
Leper, like Leper.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
They're just called an amputee. I don't know what to tell you.
A quadruple amputee, yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, I bet they can jump if they do enough, like, curls.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
I
as
feel
long
like
as
it
they're
too.
not disabled. Yes. Quadriplegic just means they don't have any bodily control from the neck down.
Alright, so Tanner, after all that, which one do you say was the best? Which one are you picking up over at True TV?
Damn.
I thought it was garbage TV.
True garbage.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with Jackson's. It has
Damn
the
it.
most marketability.
Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
thought-
We're gonna
onto
be
something here.
we're gonna be raking in the cash with that one.
That's
Right.
fair. You can like throw hashtags all over the screen to really promote it over on Twitter.
Yeah,
Think of
there
the
we go.
fucking guest stars we can have too.
Yeah, people go
Literally
crazy because they just want to
anybody.
see like their favorite
We-
influencer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even have to
Holy
be somebody
shit, my
famous.
favorite Twitch streamer who's just like every other Twitch streamer's on this show.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh
basically.
fuck! I gave myself a cramp from fucking laughing at Dylan thinking leper meant they didn't have arms or legs.
Listen, man. I had a song flash in my head, and that's what came into mind.
What song was it, Dylan?
It's called "Another Irish Drinking Song" by Da Vinci's Notebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, one very key portion of that song. It's fine.
Alright, so speaking of these disenfranchised groups, I have a question for you guys. So, in the year of our Lord 2022, they just continue to take the pure things away from us, like hating other people for being different from us. So, I have to ask you boys here, what groups at this point are we really allowed to hate in the year of our Lord 2022?
The Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese and the Russians have become safe. I don't know how much longer that will be for, though.
I mean, what about the Stop Asian Hate movement?
Fuck that.
Well, Chinese people don't count as Asians.
I
see.
don't think that's true, but okay.
What are the fucking like
I mean,
the
it's
migrants
always
in like Europe? Or,
Oh,
like, the-
gypsies?
Yeah, gypsies. We can hate gypsies. Everybody hates gypsies.
Yeah, we can still hate gypsies.
Sure.
That's true. I do use the word gypped an awful lot, so...
It's always popular to hate yourself. I don't think that one's ever going to go out of style.
I mean, I guess.
What about people with meningococcal? Are we allowed to hate on them at all?
The fuck is that?
It's a disease, Dylan.
What is
Meningococcal.
it? That telling me what it is doesn't answer actually what the question is.
Telling me what it is doesn't tell me what it is, Nico.
I kind of discern the fact that it's an illness. That doesn't tell me what it is, though.
Well, Dylan, if you weren't aware, then meningococcal is like the fucking shit for your bacteria or whatever.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the shit for your bacteria.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Gives you a life-threatening sepsis, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. It's fine.
It's rough stuff.
Oh.
It's rough stuff. You definitely don't want to get it.
I
What
would
about
imagine.
I mean, we can always hate on whiteys. They're fine.
Sure.
They're fair game.
Well, not all of them.
But
Why
a
not
lot
all
of
of them?
Yeah, sure.
Tanner and Jackson are fair game. They have nothing going for them.
Damn.
No, I'm bi.
Shit,
Yeah.
you're right. Huh.
Damn.
Not allowed.
Jackson, you're the most hateable person here. Then I'm sorry to say it.
I really
Oh,
do
shit.
think about just like a generic fucking white guy, don't I?
It's okay, Jackson. I like you. You're my friend.
Let's go.
Worse
It'd be
yet,
weird if
you're
you
a
didn't like me because I
successful
was a
and
generic
basic
white
white guy.
Irrelevant.
We can always hate dead people still.
I mean, I guess.
It depends on the dead person, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't really go around talking about how much you hate Abe Lincoln or some shit.
Why not?
Hey, Dylan.
Yes.
Do you like Kanye West?
Not particularly, no. Why?
Okay, just wondering.
Uh,
Like you're not a big fan of his music?
not his newer music.
Okay.
He
His
made
music back from a
Graduation.
while ago. What?
I've never listened to that album, but people say it's good. Should I listen to it even though hip hop is wildly outside my my preferred genres?
I don't know why
I've
you
got
would
no
listen
idea.
to it at that point, but I guess go for it.
I've never listened to it. I've got no idea. I just know people make jokes about it all the time. It's like, yeah, Kanye West can do anything wrong, but he made Graduation, so it's okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
Dude, the first time I listened to hip hop, I fucking called my grandfather a suck at MC, and he smashed my PlayStation because of it.
I don't know. Is that a true story?
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's like
I hope not.
I'm assuming that's lyrics from a song, but
Knowing Nico, most likely the case, yes.
It's entirely possible. There's only one way to find out, though. Alright, guys, next Guapish topic. We're listening to every song ever created. We're gonna track it down.
We're gonna rank them on a
I'm good.
tier list.
I'll pass, dude. That's a lot of music.
There
Holy
we go,
shit,
the next
guys.
tier list. Rank every song in existence.
Bro, no. I don't even listen to every song in existence. That would be... Ugh.
It'd be a little
I
weird
mean,
if
we
you
could
did.
just do like 3 songs every episode, and eventually we'd catch up, right?
Bro, do you know how much music... Like, just because there's music that's not public... Well, not necessarily it's not published, but
SoundCloud
doesn't go
rappers
out
are
on radio and
outpacing
shit.
us.
Like, there's a
We gotta
ton of
fucking
music that
wander
artists
around
create.
Portland and pick up people's mixtapes.
Good. You
Yeah,
guys could
we
do
gotta
that.
review
I
this
don't.
this
I wouldn't
week.
feel safe doing that.
Oh, I'll do it.
Let me know how that goes for you guys, though. You do it. Do it in your Supra. That'd be a great idea.
For sure. I'm gonna get fucking mugged.
Yeah.
My car's
Here, I
Yeah.
got another question for you guys.
All right.
Yo, what's up?
Should we do steroids?
No.
Why,
Why
not?
not?
Why would you do steroids?
So we
Get
can be
mad
big
gains.
and strong.
Or how about you just do it right and not cheat?
But that's hard.
Well, we're not trying to compete or nothing. We're just trying to get big.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you need performance enhancing drugs to do that?
I mean, to
Definitely
get
makes it
bigger than
easier.
I naturally would.
The issue right there is that you said it makes it easier.
Yeah. What's wrong,
What's wrong
with
with
that?
Because what is earned easily is lost just as quickly.
Not if you keep doing steroids, Dylan.
Yeah, well, that's where the addictiveness comes in.
I don't think steroids are addictive.
I mean, I think the appearance of looking the way you do is addictive, and I think that creates an addiction, in my opinion.
Dylan,
So
they
you
only
think
become
I shouldn't
addicted
become
if you
addicted to
stop
the way
is the
I
big
look?
thing here.
I just don't think that if you have to continuously take a medicine or an enhancement every day of your life to improve one aspect of your life that doesn't necessarily matter too much to certain people, I don't think
To
it's
certain
a big
people, who
deal.
cares about those certain people?
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
they don't have sick pecs like we would.
Let me ask a counter question. What would be the purpose of steroids? Why not just go to the gym and do the thing that most people do?
Get huge.
Well, to get huge. I already go to the gym, but if I took steroids and went to the gym, then I'd be big.
Yeah, well, you can get huge without taking steroids. Is that not correct?
Yeah, but not as huge.
I don't think that matters.
Well, that's because you're small, Dylan.
Okay, and
Shots fired.
And you should get huge by taking steroids.
no, I'm good. I'll pass. You guys can do whatever you want.
What?
That's a terrible idea.
Nah, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's the best idea we've ever had on the show. I say we cancel Guapish from here on out, and we just fucking do steroids and get big, boys.
There we go.
Have fun with that, Jackson. What say you?
Guys, I'm gonna switch from this topic to another topic that's kind of related. What are we all thinking about drinking and driving? It's sweet, right?
No.
Like when
It's kind of cool.
like when you get wasted, you're thinking, "Damn, dude, I want to go operate some heavy machinery." You know?
No.
What?
I've never been drunk before.
I haven't been drunk either.
But you could imagine if you were drunk, you'd want to go driving.
No.
That's the first thing on my mind, I gotta say.
I can't say that's the first thing I would think, to be completely honest. I would also hope that if I did get drunk, I would be surrounded by people who would want to keep me safe and not let me drive home.
I'd hand you the
Unfortunately,
keys.
it's not your lot in life, Dylan. If you ever get drunk, it's gonna be at your lowest point.
Sure. I don't... To be completely fair, I don't even really like drinking. Like, I grabbed 2 hard ciders at one point, and I drank one of them, and I didn't even drink the second one, because I was like, man, I don't feel like drinking this other one. This is terrible. I feel gross.
Ooh, I've got a very important question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apple cider or eggnog?
Eggnog.
Ooh. It depends.
Eggnog.
God damn, really?
I think apple cider's
Eggnog
really good,
for-
but eggnog is like really good.
Eggnog is like...
sweet.
Eggnog is like a good cold drink. I'll drink it like later at night, just to like chill or relax or whatever. Just like a nice little dessert beverage. Apple cider is kind of like a nice hot drink. You know, warms you up. It's good for your, you know, if you got a sore throat or something. Good cinnamon and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm on team apple cider with this one.
Tanner Nikolai, you're a foolish man. Ever since you tried eggnog for the first time over at that fucking church group and you said it tasted like bubblegum, I knew you weren't a real one, dude.
It does
Bubblegum.
taste like bubblegum, but I meant that in a good way.
Hold
the
on
fuck
a
are you
second though.
talking
When
about?
you had the eggnog, like, okay, so in my mind there's like one
I
really
was
good.
not chewing bubblegum at the
That wasn't
time,
what
if that's what you're about to
That
ask
was not
me.
going to be my question. I was going to say, when I drink eggnog, I prepare it a certain way, and I always put cinnamon and nutmeg in my eggnog. Did they do either of those things?
You nut in your eggnog?
No.
No, you're nuts and Meg.
Nutmeg and cinnamon. As in the dry
Let
dessert.
me ask you a quick question, Dylan.
Yes.
Do you think I am concocting my own eggnog?
You don't have to be. Just buy it in the fucking carton from the store. And then just
Yeah,
put
that's
cinnamon
what-
and nutmeg
yeah.
on top of it. It's as
What?
easy as that. Yeah. Just go to your seasonings cabinet, get out the cinnamon and the nutmeg, and sprinkle
Hold
it on
on,
top.
Dylan.
What?
Do you think I have cinnamon and nutmeg?
I mean, those are very common seasonings.
Actually,
I don't-
hold on. Scratch that one. Dylan, do you think I have a seasoning cabinet?
I mean, I figured seasoning cabinet's a very common household thing. I figured
Dylan,
everybody
he's
had
white.
one.
Dylan? Tanner
I'm
is
a
a
man.
real man, okay? The only fucking seasoning he needs is a little salt and some pepper, okay? That's all this man needs.
That's a basic bitch answer.
No, it's not. It's a man answer.
I've
I'm a man.
always-
I do not use seasonings like some kind of a woman.
The fuck are you talking about?
Seasoning.
I was waiting for the answer, but I don't know what seasoning has to do with women, but alright, very cool.
That's what he's talking about.
Lol, he doesn't know what seasoning has to do with women.
I think that's the root of the issue here.
I agree.
Fun fact, guys. In 2 days, we reach the 1-year anniversary of the Guapish Topics channel.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
That's assuming none of our topics were written before the first one we have there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there were some.
There almost definitely
that.
is.
Oh, there absolutely were.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Close enough. It's the only metric.
I mean,
have.
either way, it's
Yeah.
it's fine. It is close enough. I think this is about the time we started it anyway, so it could already be the 1 year by now. I don't know.
Yeah. So in commemoration of that, I suppose, should we go with the oldest fucking topic that we have on here?
Oh,
sure,
no.
why
Should we
not?
finally discuss it?
That's the one with the fairy tale or
Sounds good
whatever,
to
right?
me. The oldest one we have is we create an original fairy tale.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
So honestly, I guess this is just another pitch. You know, we'll each pitch a fairy tale, and then we'll vote on which one's the best.
Damn, I gotta be creative 2 times today. This blows.
That's crazy.
Dylan, you say all the time that you're a very creative person.
I know, I was kidding.
Jackson,
just a little
since you went
Josh.
last time, let's hear your fairy tale.
Good God, man. I'm packed full of these things. Alright, fairy tale. We've got a guy who's a generic, like, 30-year-old office worker, right, from Japan, right? And he gets transported into another world to start his fairy tale. But uh-oh.
How does he go there?
He just, like, wakes up one day and he's there. I don't know. Maybe he's dreaming. It's
Oh,
all
okay.
the fairy tale was all a dream all along. But, like, this guy really wanted...
Yeah, it's ambiguous.
Yeah, this guy really wanted to be like a woman, right? So he wakes up and he's some hot, smoking babe in this new world. And also, for some reason, one of his office worker guys got transported with him. And it's a rom-com, right, of them going through this fantasy
their
world.
internet crashed.
to defeat a dragon, and then he
I'm
wakes
still
up.
here.
dude.
It sounds like
after getting
Dylan's also
railed
still
by
here.
his
It's just
friend.
Jackson.
Yeah, I've noticed for like the entirety of the episode, Jackson's ring would light up, and I hear him talking in the distance. It would take about 5 seconds for Discord to actually have his voice coming through. So I was gonna mention something, I totally forgot about it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
No, we've all noticed. We've been dealing with
Oh.
it. Okay, so he's a hot smoking babe, Jackson.
Yeah, hot and smoking. It's their adventure story of beating a dragon, and then he wakes up after getting railed.
By the dragon?
No.
Oh god.
Unfortunately, the delayed sounds will not be in the actual episode, but
Yeah.
Womp womp.
we got to experience.
Alright, who's going next?
If we're going in
Dylan.
reverse order, I believe it's me. Alright, so you see, it was the beginning of December, and you've got a family, and the mom and the dad take their kids upstairs to go to bed, and so then they start telling a fairy tale, and so next thing you know, they open up this book and they all get transported into a mythical land of Christmas. Little did they know that they opened up the Nightmare Before Christmas book, and so they had to get their way through Halloween scary times. They had to fight off ghosts and ghouls and skeletons, and then they had to fight the Skeleton King, and then once they did that, they had to find the forest of holidays, and they were like, oh man, we should go to Easter. Oh, we should go to Hanukkah or something. And then they're like, no, we're here for the Christmas store. So then they all jump in the Christmas store, and then they get transported to Christmas Land, and they make it just in time to hear Jack Skellington sing the What's This song from The Nightmare Before Christmas, so we can't play it here for copyright reasons, obviously. They start singing along, and then they ride in the sleigh that Jack Skellington takes to deliver Christmas, and they're all hiding in a Christmas present. They drop the Christmas present into their house's chimney. They fall in and under the tree, and then they all wake up in the morning safely in their beds, and the book is sitting underneath the Christmas tree where they were left, and that's the end of the story.
Wow.
Okay, so Tanner, Dylan and Jackson don't know what a fairy tale is, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
I don't know, man. That was,
Yes,
whatever.
absolutely not. I was thinking of Shrek. That's
That's what
my
I
idea.
was thinking. I don't.
That's my idea of a fairy tale.
Let's hear yours, Nico. Let's go.
Well, now hang on. I feel like we should really establish here real quick for you guys. What is a fairy tale? Do you
I
think?
mean, I was trying to make it short because I figure we're a decent way into the podcast, and
Well,
like, we
yeah,
don't
fairy
have time
tales
to-
are short.
Yeah, mine was short.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
being
the only
short is not like...
component.
I don't know,
yeah.
man. All right, well, go ahead and give your description or whatever.
No, Dylan, what do you think a fairy tale is?
What do I think a fairy tale is? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a made-up
Yeah.
story. Am I wrong?
Fairy tales actually.
Well, there's a
an
lot
anime.
more to it than that.
I mean, all stories are made up.
Okay.
How is mine not a
How about you,
fairy tale?
Jackson?
Though?
Do you know what a fairy tale is?
I mean, I can't give a
I mean,
fucking definition of it. It's
I
like,
just feel...
like they fight a big baddie, right? Big baddie. That's a big thing in fairy tales. It's a fantasy world.
I just feel
they're
like
in.
isekais can't be fairy tales, you know?
Why can't
don't know
isekais
what
be
that
fairy
is.
tales?
I don't know. A fairy tale is usually always like, you know, this thing happened to these people and there's like a moral lesson in it.
The moral lesson is to not turn into a woman, or else your friend's gonna fuck you.
Okay.
Isn't Jack and the Beanstalk a fairy tale, Tanner?
Yeah.
I meant, isn't Jack and the Beanstalk an isekai, Tanner?
No. How would it be?
Well, you see, the Beanstalk is, it's a fucking slang for, like, him dying and getting transported to another world.
No, it's not. It's a literal beanstalk.
That's fair.
Well,
Your turn,
so
Nico. Lay a real fairy tale on us.
whatever.
I was
man.
gonna say, do you want Tanner and Jack, or Dylan and Jackson to redo theirs?
Mine's such a
Nah,
fairy
they're
tale.
not going to come up with anything good.
Wow.
Alright. Sounds good. Alright, so, here it is, boys. There once was a little man, okay? He was a small, short, and stout guy. He was really ugly, and he was really greedy as well. He would fucking collect every coin that he could find on the road. Even the littlest pennies, he would hunt down, and he'd just grab them and throw them in his little shack, okay? In the shack, it got so full that it started to gain sentience due to all of the greed possessing it. So much so that it began to consume him, okay? The very shack itself began to consume this poor fat man, so much so that he couldn't even stand anymore and he died. The moral of the story, don't be greedy.
See, that was a perfect fairy tale.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Humpty Dumpty.
That was exactly what I'm looking for.
There you go.
Dumpty Humpty. So, my fairy tale, once upon a time, there was a badger. And this badger lived in a burrow right outside the fence of a nice little home with a nice little family. And every now and then, the badger would sneak into the home and he'd eat apple pie. He'd steal their apple pies from the windowsill because he loved apple pie so much. And he would say, "Nom nom nom, I love these apple pies so much," said the badger. And then one day, the farmer notices the badger stealing the apple pie, and he shoots the badger dead.
Oh.
The end.
Aw.
Poor badger. That's animal cruelty.
What's the moral of the story in that one?
Don't steal.
Don't be a badger.
Don't be a badger. Damn. Alright, well, I guess Nico wins by default. I guess that's just how that is.
What?
What do you mean? Tanner also had a fairy tale.
Oh, wait, were you not the one judging them, Tanner?
Well, I said we were all going to vote, and you can't vote for your own.
I'm voting for my own.
I vote for Nico's.
I'm voting for Nico's as well.
I'm voting for Tanner's.
I'm voting for Tanner's.
Well,
I
you
guess
go.
we made the perfect fables.
There we go. We did it. Get that topic out of here.
It's already gone, Dylan. It's already
Let's go.
gone.
I did, in
It
fact,
never
look.
existed.
Already
in
been
the first place.
vamoosed.
We're just
Vamoosed.
about at a year, by the way. I looked it up. So,
Wow.
it's not exact, but close enough.
What do you mean?
I went back and found the first Guapish episode. I said it a year ago, but it's not exact.
Yeah, Dylan. When I brought that up, do you think I wasn't looking at it at that very second?
I don't know. You didn't say you were.
He's
His
got you
powers
there.
of deduction are just unrivaled. Truly.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to feel included somehow.
Okay.
Dylan, we can make you feel included here if you truly want. Dylan, here's something that we can really discuss with you.
Okay.
So you're a very learned man, you know? You enjoy a good think, right?
Usually, yes.
Alright, fantastic. That's the opposite of what you said yesterday, but we'll roll with it. So, Dylan, if that's the case, then let's discuss. How versed are you with philosophy?
Verse, not
Versed.
not so much. I don't think, unless I don't understand what philosophy is. I don't know.
What do you think philosophy is, Dylan?
I don't really have a solid definition of it. Is the issue. I just figured
I know
it was.
it when I see it.
It was it's just something deep or profound people say sometimes. I think is what philosophy is.
Smart people like philosophy.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the true definition of philosophy is. If that's what.
That's okay. It's not super necessary for this. You don't really need to know inherently what philosophy is.
Let's go.
Because we, Dylan, are going to be asking you some philosophical quandaries then. Some, well, let's not get too crazy here, Tanner. Let's go with some very basic ones that Dylan should be able to just kind of, answer here for us.
Oh, there are right
Okay.
answers to these questions.
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
The whole point of philosophy is there are no right answers.
All right, that's what I figured. I just wanted to make
There
sure.
are bad answers, though. Don't give those ones.
I'm aware of that, Nico. You say that all the time.
So, Tanner, would you like to kick this off?
Do I have to, remember some ones I know?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
It
we
can
might
be
have to
one you
make
know.
them up on the spot?
No, it can be like a normal one.
Oh, sure. Let's just kick it off with the classic, the trolley problem.
There we go.
Wait, trolley
So
problem
Dylan,
qualifies as
you're
philosophy?
sitting, huh?
I didn't know the trolley problem qualified as philosophy.
Interesting. What did you think it was, Dylan?
I guess it's a question of morality or something. I don't know.
And that would be philosophy.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're familiar with the trolley problem, so I don't have to explain it to you. So how are you making your decision?
Well, here's the thing, is you acknowledge there is a problem. However, if you do not interact with said problem, that is not technically your fault. Because if you divert the track, that means you took action in this scenario. If you don't touch the lever, you did not take part in this problem. However, you do acknowledge that there was a problem in the first place, which is still part of the issue. But I would always say not to pull the lever, because that more or less morally removes you from the scenario. So that's what I would say.
Even though you had it within your, within your abilities, you were able to save a bunch of people, but you just didn't do it.
So we're going under the assumption if you what is it normally? It's if you pull the lever, you kill one person. If you don't pull the lever, you kill 5 people, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is whoever tied those 5 people to the rails, that's the person that actually murdered those 5 people. If you pulled the lever, you would technically be responsible. You'd be partially responsible for murdering that one person. So I still wouldn't necessarily pull the lever, because I'm not the person who tied those 5 people to the railing.
Yeah, but regardless, you had the opportunity to save them, did you not?
I did, but either way, I'm not directly the source of killing these people in a
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, but you could have saved them, and yet you did nothing instead.
Yes, but I would have saved them and killed somebody else. My morality is I don't want to kill anybody. If I don't pull the lever, I'm not killing anybody. If that makes sense.
I don't know, how's it stack up for you, T-Boy?
I'm trying to find just a straight up list of the classic philosophical things, but fucking no one has made this list for some reason.
What the fuck? That feels like such a no-brainer thing.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Here, I got some other ones. Let's
Okay,
go with
sweet.
this one.
Okay.
Alright, so you, your baby, and your entire town are being chased by this band of bad people who will kill you if they find you. All of you decide to hide in a secret place and are silently waiting for the bad guys to move away. However, you know that your baby will cough and the band will hear him. Then they will find you, your baby, and the townspeople and kill all of you. So you have 2 choices. You kill your baby and save yourself and the entire town, or you let your baby cough and get yourself, your baby, and the entire town killed.
And we're operating under the assumption that you can only choose those 2 answers, correct?
I mean, if you can think of something else reasonable that doesn't break the rules of the dilemma, you can do that.
I mean, how do we know the baby's gonna cough? That's a really big assumption.
That's part of the dilemma. You can't question the parts of the setup.
I mean, why not just take you and the baby and just run and leave the town where they are? Because then, if anything, the group of people will chase you, and they may or may not catch you, but at least all the townspeople will be safe.
There you go. I think that's a fair answer.
Okay. Plus, it's much easier to escape as, I guess if you count the baby, 2 people than as an entire group of townspeople, so.
I prefer to think of it as that, this fucking band of bandits are, right there. They're, this is a 5-second decision that you have to make, Dylan. And so if you, crawl out of where you're currently at, they'll know where you came out of. So they'll just, slaughter the rest of the people.
I mean, that wasn't explained in the question, though, so I would have answered differently if that were the case.
How would they be able to hear a fucking baby's cough if you weren't super close to them?
I don't know. Echoey warehouse?
It's a really loud cough.
You'd be surprised, man. Babies are loud.
So for the sake of the question, Dylan, you have to choose one of those 2 things.
Alright, well, God, this is terrible.
It is.
I'm trying to think of, maybe there's a way around it without killing the baby. I mean,
really, it's just trying to figure out if you think it's acceptable to sacrifice an innocent life to save others.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. What I'm also trying to think is if this group of bad guys isn't that many people, I would imagine that the townspeople would easily be able to overwhelm these guys and take them out, is my big issue here.
It's a lot of people and they have big guns.
Well,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. The thing is, I don't want to kill anything, but, I'm not so selfish that I am willing to kill a bunch of people for not killing. Damn. I guess the bottom line here is that the baby will die either way, but one's gonna be at my hands or the gang's hands. I don't want this to reflect me in any way, but I guess killing the baby would probably be the best option here.
There you go.
Because, like I said, the bottom line is that the baby's gonna die either way. I don't like that answer, but...
Yeah, I don't think I'd do it.
No, you'd much rather let the gang kill everybody?
I
Yeah.
don't think I could.
That's fair. Yeah, that's the other issue here, though, too, is, like, people don't have the willpower to do the thing.
Okay.
No,
I've got something even better. I have a
hang on, Tanner, hang
BuzzFeed
on.
list of moral dilemmas.
Hang on, Tanner. I want to clarify something here real quick. So, Dylan,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
previous question, you had said that you wouldn't pull the lever, though, because you didn't want to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So here you would kill somebody, then. Is it because it's your own life at risk?
No, it's not so much that. It's because there's so many more people involved. Like, we're talking an entire town's worth of people. And I technically...
What number of people would need to be in danger in the trolley problem for you to change your mind?
Well, what I was also about to say, though, too, is, like, I technically would be responsible for everybody's deaths, considering it was my child, and I could have done something about it. I don't know.
I mean, either way, it's a decision that you do or do not make that's determining whether or not the large group of people dies.
I know. Well, and the other thing here I want to clarify is, like, my decision between the two was, like, 51-49. Like, it's not, like, super weight in one direction or the other. God, I just don't know. Because it's, like, huge loss of life. It's just terrible that way. I don't know. Like, I guess if it were me, like, personally me in the situation, I probably wouldn't kill the baby, just because I guess that would be the whole point of the question. Yeah, I don't think I would kill the baby.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Dylan, here's a weird question for you, okay? This is about an odd one I'm throwing at you, okay? So let's say, Dylan, you have a hotel, alright? And this hotel has an infinite amount of rooms just, like, going straight up into the air, okay?
Jesus, okay.
It just extends forever into space. There's no end to them.
Okay.
But let's say that you also build an additional room just, like, on the side of the fucking hotel, alright?
Okay.
Do you now have more rooms?
Well, how could you have more rooms than infinite?
You're building an additional room.
Yeah, but if the number of rooms is already infinite, then you can't increase infinite. It's already ever increasing. So you're technically just adding on to the infinity, essentially. Because assuming that the rooms just continuously keep adding on to themselves, you adding a room is just part of the cycle where it's just infinitely adding rooms.
Okay. You can go now, Tanner.
Okay, I've got a BuzzFeed list of moral dilemmas. This should be so much better. I don't know.
Sure.
Here we go. This one's called Your Best Friend's Wedding.
Ooh.
So you are at your best friend's wedding just an hour before the ceremony is to start. Earlier that day, you came across definitive proof that your best friend's spouse-to-be is having an affair with the best man/maid of honor. And you catch them sneaking out of a room together looking disheveled. If you tell your friend about the affair, their day will be ruined, but you don't want them to marry a cheater. What do you do?
Well, yeah, I don't... Yeah, I would tell him. Like,
Okay.
their day would be ruined, but it's like, I'd much rather his day be ruined than the rest of his life, because then he'd be stuck with a cheating person, and it's like, that relationship's not really even real. It didn't even start off right.
Yeah, that one just seems very straightforward to me.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that shit. No, fuck that shit.
BuzzFeed sucks, Tanner.
You're right. Let's see.
You should have vetted these questions first.
Huh?
You should have vetted these questions first.
Vetted them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep charging through anyway. You're an eyewitness to a crime. A man has robbed a bank, but instead of keeping the money for himself, he donates it to a poor orphanage that can now afford to feed, clothe, and care for its children. You know who committed the crime. If you go to the authorities with the information, there's a good chance the money will be returned to the bank, leaving a lot of kids in need. What do you do?
I mean, good chance. That doesn't mean that the money is 100% guaranteed to go back. It is misplaced money.
And do those orphans really deserve it?
I mean, considering that most of the time it's not even their, well, not even most of the time, considering it's not their fault that they're there, I don't think it's really a question to be asking. Damn. I feel like there should be a way around this to where everybody gets what they want.
Dylan, finding ways around it completely defeats the point of asking the question at all.
I know. I'm just gonna have to take the chance and turn him in because the question states there's a chance for the money to be returned. But I think for one thing, the money is already spent, it sounds like, so it doesn't really matter whether or not... I guess they could slap the orphanage with a fine or something, or like whatever, saying they need to return the money somehow, but I really don't think, in terms of morality, I don't think they would do that. So...
The orphans have to go work at the bank.
I mean, I don't think that'd be too bad. I don't think that'd be bad, honestly. Yeah, no, I think I'd probably still turn the person in. I don't think it would be a negative on that end.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably turn them in too. Fuck them kids.
I mean, like I said, there wasn't a guarantee that the money would be returned, so I'm banking on that as well.
I
Jackson,
said...
what do you think you'd do?
Fuck them kids.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
Alright.
Easy answer.
We all have different moral opinions here.
Let's see, do we have oh, here's one. This one might be interesting. You're involved in a 2-car crash on your way to work one morning in which you accidentally hit and kill a pedestrian. As you get out of the car, you are intercepted by a tearful woman who seems to think that she hit and killed the pedestrian. You're not sure why she thinks she hit the person, but she is convinced. There's only you, the woman, and the person you hit on the road. There are no witnesses. You know that whoever is deemed responsible will probably be sent to jail. What do you do?
I'm confused as how this is a 2-car crash, but okay. I mean, I would take responsibility for it. The bottom line. I don't know why I would blame it on somebody else. That, for one thing, that'd give me a guilty conscience. This other lady already thinks she has a guilty conscience, but like I am 100% cognizantly aware that I hit this person. And maybe
won't she be even more distraught, thinking that you sacrifice yourself to let her stay out of jail?
I mean, I would hope that once the shock wore off, she'd be like, oh wait, maybe I didn't hit this person. Like that's what I would think. There's absolutely zero reason for this lady to believe that she hit this person. Like I said, I don't even know where the second car came from. Like, I don't know what 2 cars have to do with this question, but...
Two cars crashed into each other. One of them also hit a pedestrian.
So, I hit a car, and then that car hit a pedestrian, and they died.
No, your car hit the pedestrian, but you also hit a car at some point in the accident.
And is the lady from the second car?
Yes.
Oh. No, because I hit the person that hit her. That means I'm 100% responsible for that situation.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right answer.
Yeah.
But is it truly the answer you would go with, IRL? After all, you can get out of jail for free. You don't have to go at all.
Well, I believe in taking ownership, and I think it just makes the situation worse overall if you try to put the blame on somebody else.
Oh.
Plus, people respect people who take ownership and then blame for things if it actually was their fault. And the repercussions are usually not as bad if people are upfront with other people.
I don't really think that applies quite as much when it comes to hitting and killing a person.
Well, it's much better than hitting, killing a person, and then not actually taking responsibility for it.
Not necessarily, because no one would find out then.
I think the moral of the story is you need to take responsibility for your own actions, Nico.
I'm just saying, dude, I'm trying to give you the full breadth of this question here.
And
I don't
I'm
think you're
trying
considering
to...
all of it.
I'm trying to take the moral high ground here.
Okay. We'll have to try and replicate this in real life and see if you're able to stick to your guns.
Probably will, but okay.
Okay, here I remember hearing this one in some of my classes. You're a doctor at a top hospital. You have 6 gravely ill patients, 5 of whom are in urgent need of organ transplants. You can't help them though, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die without a particular medicine. If he dies, you will be able to save the other 5 patients by using the organs of patient 6, who is an organ donor. What do you do?
Sacrifice the needs of one for the needs of many.
Jesus Christ, that's morbid.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So here's the thing.
So you as a doctor will purposely allow someone to die in order to harvest his organs for 5 other people.
Here's the thing, man. I am going to be responsible for all of these deaths regardless. Am I wrong?
I don't think doctors, like, quote-unquote, get held responsible for deaths.
Well, here's the thing is, I either ignore the fact that these other 5 people need organs, or I ignore the fact that this one kid needs medicine that I can get. Either way, I can get what I need for these patients.
You're even perceiving it as a kid, dude.
I thought it was...
He is ready to kill this child.
Were they not children? Was I spacing out that much?
Yeah, you just made up them being children and we're still like, yeah, I'll carve them up.
Damn. Hold on a second. Well, either way, it doesn't really matter what age these people are. Because the situation doesn't necessarily change either way. Yeah, so here's the thing. Is I knowingly see that 5 people need organs. And they don't... It's also highly coincidental that they each need different organs and not all need the same organ, and I can get it from one person. That's also a very interesting topic. Anyway. So I know that these 5 people need organs, and I straight up cannot get them. Unless this one person dies. But I also know that this one person needs medicine, and so they don't die. So I am knowledgeable of both cases. So I think... regardless of, like whatever you want to call it, like, I either let 5 people die so I can get medicine for one person, or I let one person die and I can get the remedy for those 5 people. Either way, I'm letting somebody die. Plus, I think under most normal circumstances, if, like, you told a person who is dying in their deathbed, hey, we can give you this medicine, but your organs can save 5 people... In most cases, I would hope to God anyway. I could be wrong in most cases, but I would hope to God that if somebody knew that information, that their life could save 5 others, I would hope they'd be like, no, let those other 5 people live. That's what I would think. I would hope that as well.
Not a fucking
Jackson,
chance.
I'm not asking you.
I'm being realistic here. There's no way the vast majority of people would prefer 5 people over themselves. People let fucking cities die for themselves, dude. You have no idea how selfish humans are.
I don't know. I know, man. But
I definitely wouldn't want to be carved up without being asked first.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, here's the other thing: is that if you're an organ donor, I don't think you need to be asked.
That's true.
You're also dead by the time your organs get harvested, so I also don't think that matters. So yes,
Right, but we are talking about sacrificing this person.
Yeah, but my point here is still the fact of I would know. The level of knowledge I have and responsibility I have for this group of people is the same. The only difference is I would have to let one person die to save 5 people. These 5 people are gonna die regardless of whether or not I get medicine for this other person. So, in my mind, it makes more sense that the weight of knowledge is, like, even between the two, is what I'm trying to say. So, it's the morality is this... I don't know.
Okay.
I'd let the one person die.
Yeah, you're gonna sacrifice the one person for the 5, right?
Yes.
Now let's go back to the trolley problem real quick. You have accidentally blundered yet again into contradicting yourself, Dylan.
Okay.
Why in the trolley problem are you not sacrificing the one for the 5, but in this doctor problem you are doing so?
Because I didn't tie these people to the rails. Also, I didn't interact with the lever at all, so that, therefore...
I mean, you didn't remove these people's fucking organs either.
What do you mean I didn't remove these people's organs? They just have failing organs. What are you talking about?
Exactly, yeah. You didn't put them in danger in either case.
Yeah, but as a doctor, I am responsible for them. In the trolley problem, these are random people that I don't know, and I'm not responsible for them because, 1, I didn't tie them to the rails, and 2, if I pull a lever, that means I have interaction with the problem, which means I killed that one person to save 5 people. If I didn't interact with the situation at all, I am not involved whatsoever.
Yeah, but you're interacting with the doctor thing to kill the one person.
Yeah, that's because I'm involved either way. As a doctor, I am legally responsible for all 6 of these people. In the trolley problem,
So it's just the fact that you're a doctor in this one?
It's just the fact that I'm actually responsible for these people. In the trolley problem, they're random people that I have nothing to do with.
What if you're a doctor in the trolley problem?
What, are the people tied to the rails by patients or something? I'm confused.
Sure.
Sure, I'll pull the lever. I don't know. Here's the idea with the trolley problem. Is, like, these 6 people, whatever, however many people there are, I am not morally responsible for these people because I had nothing to do with the fabrication of this scenario. I just happened to be there and there's a lever. If I don't do anything with the lever, I am not involved in this problem whatsoever. I can completely remove myself from the situation because I am not attached to these people in any fashion or form or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, you're attached in the sense that you're present.
I mean, if we're going based off of that, then yeah, but I choose to ignore that part.
Okay.
If we're God damn it, Nico. If we're acknowledging the fact that I'm present and I'm like in this scenario and I'm acknowledging there is a problem that if I don't touch the lever, then these people die. Like, if I cannot leave this area and I'm... hold on. I did a little loop-de-loop roundabout thing in the trolley problem where it was like, what if I just don't pay attention to the problem at all? Like, I just walk past it and don't acknowledge there's a problem.
So is the determining factor here that you believe in the doctor problem you will be held responsible for what you do?
Yes. In the trolley problem, I imagine myself just not interacting with the problem at all and not acknowledging that it's a thing. If I am consciously aware that I need to pull the lever or not pull the lever, I would pull the lever.
It is
Well,
very
I'm
odd,
satisfied.
isn't it? Alright, Dylan, I have a question here for you, as well as Jackson, actually.
Me?
Okay, I'll let Jackson go first.
That's right, I'm setting both of you up for this one.
You got this, Jackson.
So, let's say that you got captured by Al-Qaeda, alright?
Okay.
And so, they're giving you the chance to be freed. And so, in order for this to happen, they wheel out a young boy in a wheelchair, as well as a gorgeous female journalist, and they hand you a gun and tell you, okay, execute one of them, and then you can both be freed. If you try anything funny and try and shoot us, we'll just kill all of you immediately.
What are the options?
Who do you shoot, boys?
What are the options for the people I'm killing again? I wasn't paying any attention.
A young boy in a wheelchair and a beautiful female journalist.
Well, I don't know either of these people, so it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter now.
Can I shoot myself to get out of this?
No, they'll execute everybody.
Damn.
What?
Well, I really don't think it really doesn't matter either way. I don't think either of these people have more of a reason to live over the other person. So I'm gonna shoot the fucking. I'm gonna shoot the kid because I think the chick's hot and I want to see her more.
There we go.
Selfish reasons.
How about you, Dylan? Who do you kill?
What's wrong with the little boy in the wheelchair?
He's disabled from the waist down.
Now is the... I know you said if we do shoot ourselves that everybody just dies.
Yeah.
However, is that still an option?
What?
Is it an option for you to have everyone die? Yes, that is an option.
I'm just trying to flesh out my options here, man. So, because in my mind, if I shoot myself, then I'm not morally responsible for those other two because then they killed them. However, if I killed one,
they warn you that this will happen if you do that.
I'm aware of that, but like, I don't want to be the responsible for the death of a person.
I mean, you knew the consequences of your actions, so...
So what you're trying to say is, regardless of whether or not I shoot myself, I'm still going to be responsible for both of them dying.
I mean, yeah, basically.
What do you mean, basically? I either am or I'm not.
I don't know. I think it's kind of fair to say if he shoots himself, they go free.
Yeah.
No, I think that they need to be executed immediately.
I don't know if that's... I thought that was a little bit of an unfair condition for this question. I'm glad that Tanner acknowledged it as well.
No, because I'm trying to see where your preferences lie here, dude.
Well,
where are your morals?
Here's
do you
the
save
thing.
the child or the woman?
Here's the thing: is that this child has the rest of their life to live. I don't think it matters whether or not they're in a wheelchair. Like, I don't think that's an excuse to kill them. That's not a reason. But I also don't know anything about either of these two. I have no clue what the life is like for this blonde chick, so I don't know.
I never
Why
said
was
she was blonde.
German?
What?
I never said she was blonde.
I thought you did.
No, I described her as a gorgeous journalist. You assumed she was blonde.
There we go.
Now we know what kind of women Dylan's into.
That's not even that. This is how much I pay attention. But I don't know anything about these two, and like I said, it's not fair to just execute the kid in the wheelchair just because he's disabled.
I mean, that doesn't need to be the only reason you kill him.
Well, that's one of the reasons I figured Jackson was basing his answer off of, so... Besides the fact that he wants to fuck the journalist chick or
I never
whatever.
said I want to fuck her, I just want to look at her.
Jackson, I think we all know what you were getting at, my guy.
Yeah, I want to look at it.
Looking too often. Yeah, anyway. I don't know. I'd probably shoot the woman and then take the boy.
Okay, there we have it.
And then if there we go.
Excellent work, guys. I'm happy to hear it.
I don't think you
Tanner,
are. I'm not.
Tanner, do you have any final questions for Dylan?
I don't think I really do. I think we've learned a lot about what kind of a person he is.
I don't like that. Hold on. Can I get some elaboration on that? I don't like the way you phrase that. Oh no. Please.
I do have one final question for him. The biggie, as it were, okay?
Okay.
The big philosophical question. Dylan?
Okay. What? Yeah.
I want you to tell me, what do you think is the most convincing argument you can come up with for the existence of God?
For the existence of God?
Yeah.
Wait, say the question one more time.
What would you say is the most convincing argument towards the existence of God?
I don't believe that everything in life has an explanation. I don't think science can explain everything that happens in the world and in the universe. And, I don't want to get into the stance that I have, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's the purpose.
No, because I'm going to start explaining it. You guys are going to think I'm stupid.
No, go for it.
I've come to the point where I don't think science... Basically, I've come to the conclusion that science and religion kind of go together in some instances, because there are... I don't even know any specific examples, but long story short, science explains what happens in religion, and religion also explains what happens in science. They just have different ways of interpreting and describing them. I think the closest thing and the most relevant thing I can think of is metaphysics and prayer, where prayer is just the idea that a message is sent out beyond the bounds of the universe, is received by God, and is sent back as like an answer. And in metaphysics, the way that works is you have vibrations that emanate from your person, and, because energy is never destroyed, it's always just transferred. And those vibrations end up, interacting with the environment and the universe around you, and can end up shaping things, and, metaphysics and shit. I don't fully understand metaphysics, but that's basically... And, there's still things that science is like, well, how do you explain this? Because this isn't in the Bible or whatever, and then religion's all like, well, how do you explain this? This isn't in science. I think it's just a equal balance between the two, where one can describe things that the other doesn't have, and at some points they both have things that basically describe the same thing, they just have different ways of wording it.
You know what, Jackson? I mean, fuck. You know what, Dylan?
Damn.
I agree that vaccines are fake. Anyways, thank you for joining us on another wonderful episode of Guapish. Please check out our Patreon, where for just $1 a month, you can see our pre or post Guap that we sometimes record. You get episodes early, you get slime coin, you get your name read, and you'll get a kiss on the forehead.
Ooh.
Fucking bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.